Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking Week 15 recap of the Buccaneers-Lions game. Final score in this one, Bucs 38, Lions 17. All right, so leading up to this game, we were nervous a little bit about Jameis Winston's thumb. Got news pretty early on in the week that they weren't concerned enough that they were going to bench him, so he was going to play. We found out just before the game started that he was playing with like a special glove to keep his thumb from getting re-injured, so that may have caused some people to pivot off of him. Well, apparently Jameis Winston plays better with a broken thumb than with a fully healthy thumb, and he went for 28 of 42 for 458 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 interception in this game, which is very much of an improvement for him. So Winston likely going to be top 3 quarterback on the week. Not really much from the running game in this one. Peyton Barber, 10 carries, 17 yards, 2 receptions, 23 yards. Ronald Jones, 11 carries, 23 yards, 1 reception for 26 yards. So not really too much going on there. The receivers, Brashad Perryman took over the baton that Mike Evans left him. He had 5 receptions on 6 targets for 113 yards and 3 touchdowns. If you started Brashad Perryman, I don't think anyone expected that, but that was a tremendous boon for your team. Chris Godwin had 5 receptions on 7 targets for 121 yards, but then he left the game with a bad hamstring injury. It sounds like that's going to keep him out for the season, so just bad luck keeps befalling this Buccaneers receiver core, but it didn't seem to slow their offense down. Scotty Miller, 3 receptions on 3 targets for 49 yards and a touchdown. He left the game with an injury as well, so we'll see how severe that one is. Justin Watson, 2 receptions on 2 targets for 17 yards. There was a bit of a debate whether Perriman or Watson would be the better play. Well, that one has been determined. Looking at the tight ends, O.J. Howard, 4 for 8 for 46 yards, so not a great game, but with Godwin going out and then their Week 16 game being against the Texans, don't sleep on O.J. Howard. I think he's going to be very pivotal going into next week. Cameron Brate also not doing too well, 3 of 7 for 33 yards. I mean, this was mostly Perriman, Godwin, and that one big touchdown to Miller. But that was enough for Jameis Winston to have a phenomenal day. Looking at the Lions side of the ball, if we have to, David Blau, 24 of 43, 260 yards, 2 interceptions, 5 carries for 19 yards. I can't recall, I believe he didn't even have 100 yards in the first half. Got a little bit going towards the end or in the second half in the third quarter, but then throwing 2 picks, just not sharp. And granted, he's their third string quarterback, so there's only so much you can expect, but just sucks for the Lions. It's a lost season after starting out with a lot of promise. Wes Hills, I don't know if anyone started him. If you did in DFS, you got rewarded with 10 carries, 21 yards, and 2 goal line touchdowns on the ground. Ty Johnson, only other running back with any carries, only had 2 carries for 3 yards, and he had a fumble. 4 receptions, though, so is what it is. We'll see if Kerryon Johnson gets activated in place next week. Otherwise, you're not doing much with the running backs on the Lions side. Danny Amendola had a day. He had 8 catches on 13 targets for 102 yards. He kept getting open. He was pretty much the only one of the Lions that looked like he cared if they won this game. Kenny Golladay, just disappointing. 3 receptions on 7 targets for 44 yards. No one really else to mention there on the receivers or the tight end side of the ball. The Lions just didn't show up for this one. So we're still not sure if Matt Stafford is going to be returning from his injury, but this was pretty disappointing. Kenny Golladay, we found out that Marvin Jones was going to be put on IR and miss the rest of the year, so it looked like Kenny Golladay was going to basically be the only man in town, and then Danny Amendola comes and steals his thunder, and Kenny Golladay has a crappy game. So, I mean, you're probably still, if you're still alive going into Week 16, you're probably still going to start Kenny Golladay, but that was definitely disappointing for you this week. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be posting the rest of the recaps and content for Week 16 to help you guys win your fantasy championships. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe for more content, and we will see you in the next one.